Are you trying to figure out what to do for your wedding dance, but you're tired of seeing choreography on YouTube that you just can't see yourself doing?
Well, before we get started with this video, we just want to congratulate you in knowing what you do not want to do, which is learning stressful choreography, trying to fit a mold, and stressing about it throughout your preparations.
We recommend to all of our students and you out there to avoid doing that and do something more natural and easy.
Exactly. For those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Joel and this is our lovely Clara. And in this YouTube channel, we help students just like you guys learn how to dance confidently, casually, and without learning choreography.
And in fact, we're probably the only wedding dance professionals here on YouTube that are going to tell you not to do choreography.
In this video, we want to share with you a game plan strategy that we've developed over the past 16 years as professional dance teachers and has helped thousands of couples have a fun, stress-free wedding dance.
The number one guiding principle is let the music guide you. In order for this to happen, you really need to understand the structure of a typical song.
Most songs out there have a structure of 3 different parts. The first part being the introduction or the start of the song. The second part is the body of the song, which comprises of verses, choruses, and possibly a bridge. And the third part being the conclusion or the end of the song.
So first of all, we're going to talk about the introduction. As you know, when you're planning your speech as well, the introduction is really important.
You want to be able to set the tone for your dance. You don't want it to be rushed, neither do you want it to be stressful. And therefore, what we always suggest for all of our students is to be able to start off the dance floor before the song starts and use the introduction of the song to get yourself into position before you start dancing.
Too often we've seen on YouTube videos of couples waiting in the center of the floor, the DJ's not quite ready with the music, it's quite an awkward beginning.
So when you're studying your music, think about when the lyrics start within the song. Some lyrics will start right away, but other songs, there will be an instrumental part before the singers start to sing. Ideally, use that instrumental part to get onto the dance floor and then start dancing together as a couple when the lyrics actually start.
In the instance that the lyrics start right away, you can still use that first verse or half verse to be getting on the dance floor, and then when the music changes, that's when you can start dancing together.
Overall, we can't stress enough that you want to feel natural and confident getting yourself on the dance floor. Try not to hurry, rush, or feel like you have to do certain moves just to fit into that introduction. When we're working with couples, whether it's online or in person, we're always trying to feel what is their natural speed, and that's something that you should be able to do as well.
Just as every song introduction is different, everyone's pacing is different as well, and we want it to feel as good for you as it can and as natural as possible.
So if your song has a very short introduction and you just are able to get onto the floor, that's pretty simple and you start dancing. But if your song has a much longer introduction, or it makes sense to use most of the verse to be able to get onto the floor, then you do need a few more steps under your sleeve so that you know what to do.
Having a few different dance skills will give you more options that will suit your natural pacing as well as the length of the introduction.
So now let's move on to the body of the song.
This is where every song is different. Sometimes there is a verse and then a chorus and then a second verse, or there could be verse 1, verse 2, and then a chorus. So they're all different types of structures. Regardless of that, when there's a change, that is the perfect time to do something different.
Going more specific on that topic, for instance, when you're in a verse, you could be doing your home base pattern, chilling out, and when there's a transition from that verse to the chorus, that is the perfect motivation to say, hey, something new is happening, let's separate out, maybe do an underarm turn, go into a lean, or something like that. The fact that you're changing with your dancing and your partner, and the music is changing as well, it really creates a nice synchronization and a nice harmony, which works well for us dancers as well as for our guests.
Exactly. Making a change with your dancing that matches with the change in the music actually feels really good. It's going to feel good for you as well as the guests watching.
As you develop your skills as a dancer, you're going to be able to create more variety within your dance. So you're going to find little bits within the songs that kind of motivate and say, hey, I'd like to do this. And then another part, hey, I'd like to do that. And that adds a nice little connection between the variety of your dancing as well as the variety within the song.
So in this body of the song, sometimes there are certain parts where there is a big highlight. So that could be a key change, or that could just be a louder part of the music where the singer is more emotional and there's more instrumentation in the song.
And usually for those, we would now suggest for our students to do a highlight dance move. Maybe it's a dip or a big lean, or maybe even a lift if they're willing and ready to do something like that. Either way, again, you're listening to the song and you're making your dance now accommodate and match what's happening with the music.
Again, matching the intensity of the song is just going to feel really great. Now, that being said, don't stress about a particular time in the music that you have to do the move. It's just a general suggestion or a general recommendation to be able to match the intensity of the song.
Exactly, because if you're counting and you're trying to hit a specific beat or a specific lyric with a specific move, that tends to be more stressful for beginner dancers like yourselves, and that really actually deteriorates the whole feel and essence of the dance.
So rather than necessarily anticipating a certain point in the music to do something, just follow along with the music, and as we said at the beginning, let the music guide you. So when you hear a change, then you do the change. Before we go on to part 3 of our game plan, if you are finding value in what we're saying today, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell down below.
And if you're looking for specific direct coaching from Joel and Clara to get a personalized game plan for you and your wedding dance song, there's some information down below where you can connect directly with us for our online courses.
So the last part of the song is the conclusion. And just like I said before, as you're preparing your speech as well, you would know that the intro and the conclusion is very important.
Exactly. We always suggest for our students to do a nice simple dip to end the dance as well as ending the song.
So the key is timing the dip for the end of the song before the music ends and not after.
Exactly. But also not trying to be specific to a beat or a specific lyric and say like we have to, we must do the dip on those cues. Instead, look for a range of beats, a range of lyrics that has you going down nice and slowly and smoothly.
Just like we said in the body, we don't want to hit an exact pinpoint placement in the song because it causes too much stress. So having a range will keep it nice and easy.
Once you know that range, then you kind of reverse engineer the actual entry into the dip. You practice your dip by yourselves at home and figure out what is your natural speed. From there, you kind of know, oh, it takes us about 5 seconds to do it, or the feeling of 5 seconds. Maybe it takes you 10 seconds. Whatever it is, don't force it, go with whatever's natural. From there, then look for musical cues in the music that tell you, hey, it's about time to get ready for the dip. Then you naturally go through the dip and you're in the range to finish off the dance.
If your song has words, it's easiest to just pin a word and say, oh, when that word gets sung, then that's when I'm gonna start my dip. Often songs don't just end abruptly, they have a little bit of a lead in to the ending, to the conclusion. So in those cases, often a dip might feel a little bit abrupt to end the song all of a sudden.
So instead, what we kind of suggest for our students is to build up to the dip, and by using different dance moves that they've learned.
That way it better matches the music. As the music is kind of tapering down and leading into the ending, you're building a little bit of a finale there so that people can sort of anticipate the end as well, and it just matches very nicely with the music.
So if you'd like to have help from Joel and Clara developing a personalized game plan for you and your wedding song, check out all of the links in the description below.
And for more wedding dance tips, make sure you check out these videos over here.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye. Good job.